Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Penarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Storm teammate meteorologist Blake Harms is back on the live desk today, and which is really good news because he's here to tell us all about the upcoming solar eclipse that's happening on Monday. And will we be able to see anything? Won't we be able to see anything? Well, we're about to find out. Blake, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Phil. It's getting exciting. Hard to believe it's just a few days out now.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. We're really just a few hours, really. I mean, it's probably easier to count down from hours than days at this point. Before we get into sort of what we can expect to see, I know that's on everybody's mind. I do want to bring up the path of totality real quick, just so everybody can kind of see what we're looking at. As you can see, Michigan just missing out on the path of totality, but we're still going to have relatively total coverage for the eclipse.
Yeah, 94% right around there here in Grand Rapids, which there is a big difference between 100% and anything less, because when you're 100%, it goes dark, but it's still going to be pretty remarkable here. And you'll notice there are some pretty major cities in the path, from Dallas all the way up through Little Rock over toward Indianapolis, Cleveland, Buffalo. So there are some pretty major population centers that are within the path of this eclipse as it rolls through on Monday.
Yeah, no, we're actually going to have a lot of coverage coming up on the actual path of totality during the eclipse day. I want to get into that in just a little bit. But Blake, let's first talk about what everybody wants to know. What are the models showing us? What can we kind of expect to see on Monday?
Yeah, so it's looking pretty decent here. And I know this model doesn't look like it, but that's just because it's
it's all gray, Blake.
Yeah, I know. Well, if you look, you see those shades of white out over the lake. That's cloud cover. There, it suggests that we could see some clearing here Monday afternoon. Still a chance for some high-level clouds to hang around, but the forecast has been trending in the right direction. And if we look at the American model, the GFS, that one looks even better. So it is looking like we could see some showers Sunday night into Monday morning, but the afternoon is looking at this point pretty good, and it's continued to look better over the last several days, which would suggest an increased chance of catching a glimpse of it on Monday. So.
And this is, of course, Monday at about 3 p.m., which is when we're expecting it to really kind of be at its peak coverage.
Yep. And things looking pretty decent here. So we were a little pessimistic as of a few days ago, but cloud cover forecasting is tricky, let alone a week out. And so as we get closer and closer, the trends are at this point in our favor to see mostly clear skies during eclipse time.
And, people are going to be outside. They're going to be really exploring this, trying to catch a glimpse of as much as they can. I mean, talk to us a little bit about what we can expect as far as temperature-wise with everybody being outside.
It's going to be a really warm day. Looking at temperatures in the mid-60s, and at this time we'll call it mostly sunny. Average high this time of year is in the mid-50s, so we'll be pretty warm compared to average. Southerly winds, and it's going to be a really nice day even without the eclipse, but I think things are lining up pretty well for our favor here in West Michigan to catch a good view of it.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot to celebrate there. Not only is it great weather, but also the eclipse happening. And we also know that not everybody is staying here in West Michigan. As you mentioned, it's pretty near totality, but not fully total eclipse that we're going to be seeing here in West Michigan or really across the state. So there's going to be a lot of people traveling again. I want to bring up that path of totality where people are really going to be seeing. I mean, Blake, letting people know who do have plans to head out there, maybe they haven't decided where they want to go just yet, or maybe they're open to switching up. I mean, are there places in particular along this path that you would say are going to be the best view for people? No cloud coverage, nothing that's going to get in the way of viewing it?
So there is... Again, knowing that it could change between now and then, it does look like we could see some storms in Texas, so I am concerned about the view in Texas. It actually is looking like parts of especially northern Ohio through central Indiana, southern Illinois, we can't rule out some high-level clouds, but even if we do have some thin high-level clouds, you'll likely still be able to see it. And so the Midwest is honestly looking like potentially the best spot to catch a glimpse.
We'd love to hear that.
Yes, and again, it's still early, but there's a potential for some clouds to roll through along Lake Erie, especially near and east of Erie, Pennsylvania, and then some clouds associated with storms down in Texas potentially. So I think we're kind of in the in-between zone here, and at this point, I like our chances here in the Midwest.
Absolutely. Well, again, as I mentioned, that's great to hear, especially for people that don't want to travel too far. And again, we're not going to be completely out of the loop here in Michigan. We're still going to have a great view, and that kind of leads us into what's going to be happening with us on Monday. Blake, you and I will be hosting a full live stream covering everything that's going to be happening across the path of totality. It all starts at 2:30 Eastern time. I want to remind everybody to check in for that. That's coming up. It will be on our website. It'll be on our Facebook page. We're going to be really doing it big. We're going to have crews all across sort of the area, keeping track of everything going on. And we may also have a couple out-of-state cameras that you're going to want to definitely check out there. Blake, it's really shaping up to be a really great stream.
It is. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to cover it. The last one in the U.S., I believe, till 2044. So truly a once-in-a-generation opportunity, Absolutely. And I think it's going to be fun.
And we get to spend it inside.
Yes.
How great is that?
Giving you all a view, giving a bird's eye view.
Yes. And I do want to remind everybody that Blake and the rest of Storm Team 8, have put together a really awesome